Hello, Deputy Miller, Sheriff's Office. The reason we're chatting is your high beams are on.
Yes, I do have a headlight out, so I was driving the high beams on because I haven't had time to go buy them and replace them at the moment.
Okay, so it's better to drive around with one light out.
Okay, I wasn't...
Than high beams on, because your lights are twice as bright and they tip up and they blind everybody driving at you.
Yes, okay.
Do you have your driver's license and vehicle registration? Where are we coming from tonight?
I just finished work about a little bit ago.
Where at? Okay.
I wasn't sure, honestly, if it was better to drive with high beams or with...
I mean, honestly, it's better to get it fixed, and I get it takes some time sometimes. I get that, but low beam is way better if you're in town.
I apologize. Okay, here we go. And I do have, I believe, my tabs, which are running out in February. And I'm going to get those renewed as well. Okay.
Anything to drink tonight at the end of work?
Yeah, about 2 hours ago, around 11 p.m., just one drink.
What'd you have?
I had one cider.
Okay. And just one? Okay, hang tight for me. Okay, so here's my question to you. Would you mind doing some voluntary field sobriety to make sure you're safe to drive? Admitted to some drinking. I can smell it from the car. I just want to make sure you're safe to drive. Yeah. Are you good with that?
Yes.
Hop on out for me. I'm just going to turn. We'll just start right here. Yeah. That way that light behind you, you're fine right there. You're fine right there. That way that light's not in your eyes, okay? For this, I'm going to have you stand with your feet together, hands at your side. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at your eyes, okay? Can you see the tip of that pen right there?
Yes.
I want you to follow it with your eyes and your eyes only, okay? Keep your head right here and follow with just your eyes. So this next one, we're going to imagine there's a straight line out in front of you. Your left foot's on that line now. I want you to place your right foot in front, touching heel to toe, with your hands at your side, and remain in this position. I'm going to explain and demonstrate, but I want you to remain in that position. Do you understand? Okay, so we're going to imagine a straight line out in front of you. You're going to take 9 heel to toe steps. It's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9. When you get to that 9th step, take your back foot out, take a series of small steps around your lead foot, and take 9 heel-to-toe steps back. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9. I took 3 steps. How many steps are you going to take?
9.
Okay. During this one, I want you to look down at your toes, count each step out loud, keep your arms at your side, and once you begin the test, don't stop until you're completed. Do you understand those instructions?
Yes.
Okay. You may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. We're going to turn back towards me again. This next one's called a one-leg stand. So I'm going to have you go back to the first position I told you, feet together, hands at your side.
Hands at the side?
Yep, while I explain and demonstrate the next one, okay? So for this one, I want you to raise your foot of your choice 6 inches off the ground. You can use your left one or your right one, okay? I don't want you to begin until I tell you to, okay? You're going to lift your foot 6 inches, approximately 6 inches off the ground. Keep your foot level with the ground. Look at your toe and count out loud. 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. I want you to keep your arms at your side. Look down at your toe, counting out loud as I instructed. Keep your other leg straight. And don't stop until I tell you to. Do you understand those instructions?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a second here. Which foot are you going to raise?
My left foot.
Okay. You may begin.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013, 1014, 1015, 1016, 1017, 1018, 1019, 1020, 2021, 2022.
You can stop. So this last one, it's like blowing up a big balloon. It's called the preliminary breath test. It's not in lieu of the evidentiary breath test. It can't be used in court. Try not to drop your stuff there. I apologize. Big deep breath in. Wrap your lips around it and blow. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. Almost there. Good. Okay. And how many drinks did you have?
Just one.
Okay. 2?
1 or 2, yeah.
Okay.
Around 10 o'clock.
Were they short or tall?
Short, yeah.
Okay. What time did you get off work?
10:30.
Okay. And you're over 21, so it's the legal limit. Do you know the legal limit?
I believe it is 1 drink of 1 shot, 1 beer, 1 wine.
Okay.
About an
So the
hour.
legal limit is 0.08.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're at a 0.143. Okay, so you're over the legal limit.
Right.
So right now you are under arrest for DUI. I will explain every step of the process to you as we go here, okay? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read you your rights, and I'm going to get you in a warm car, okay? I apologize. I dropped your stuff right beside you there. Let's walk over here to the passenger side of my car. And we're going to stop right here at this tire and just turn towards my car. There you go. Alright, so first things first, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to the presence of an attorney during questioning, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you prior to questioning if you so desire. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not make any statements or answer any questions. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Okay. With that being said, do you have anything on you? Any weapons or anything in your pockets?
No.
Okay, I'm just going to use the back of my hand and check real quick, okay? Nothing in your pocket there. I'm just going to do the same thing over here, back of the hand. Feels like you got something in your pocket.
I have my maybe my
Hair clip.
hair clip.
Hair clip. Okay. All right, let's get you into the warm car here. Come on back and we'll have a seat right here. Have a seat there. So, a couple questions. What can I park your car in the playfield parking lot here and lock it and secure it?
Yes.
Do you need anything out of your car, such as a purse or a phone, a wallet, anything like that?
I have my ID. I think that's all I need, as
Okay.
far as I know. This.
Okay. Okay, give me just a second and I'll get it taken care of for you, okay? Alright, come on in. We're going to go test. Yeah, we're testing. And then we're going to walk through that door right there. There's going to be a blue chair off to your left. That's where you're going to go have a seat. Well, it was there. Hang on, let me move it.
I'm going to just for you guys.
No worries. Go ahead and have a seat right there for me, Sydney. Okay, so now that we're inside the jail, I have to read your constitutional rights again, okay? I know I read them out there. Are you on the likes to look at it as I read it? Or, okay. So, Right here it says, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right at this time to an attorney. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You are not a juvenile, so number 4 does not apply to you. 5, you have the right to talk to an attorney before answering any questions. 6, you have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. 7, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost if you so desire. 8, you can exercise these rights at any time. 9, do you understand these rights? Okay. This next line says, I have read or have had read to me the above explanation of my constitutional rights, and I understand these rights. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Where it says subject signature, that would be your signature, but because you're in handcuffs, I'm going to put handcuffed on there right now. If at the end of this process you want to go back and sign it, you will do that at the end, okay? This next line says, pull it up just a little bit. I understand my constitutional rights. I have decided not to exercise these rights at this time. Any statements made by me are made freely, voluntarily, and without threats or promise of any kind. Is that true? Mm-hmm. Okay. Again, it says subject signature. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. This next section is what's called implied consent. There's about a whole page of stuff here I'm going to read to you, okay? So it says, warning, you are under arrest for RCW 4661-502 or RCW 4661-504, driving or being in actual physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs. Further, you are now being asked to submit to a test of your breath, which consists of 2 separate samples of your breath taken independently to determine alcohol concentration. 1, you are now advised that you have the right to refuse this breath test, and that if you refuse, A, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year, and B, your refusal to submit to this test may be used in a criminal trial. 2, you are further advised that if you submit to this breath test and the test is administered, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be suspended, revoked, or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 90 days if you are A, age 21 or over, and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.08 or more. So this first one here says, I have read or have had read to me the above statements. Is that true?
Yes.
It says signature from you again. I'm going to do the same thing. Will you now submit to a breath test?
Can I clarify just what you said?
So okay. I cannot answer the legal question, but I can refer back to this document and let you look over it again.
Yeah.
Or reread it if you want to.
I just want to clarify, so if I refuse, then my driver's license is suspended for over a year, correct?
So number 1 and number 1A, you now have the right to refuse this test, and that if you do, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked, revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year.
And then
and your refusal to submit to this test may be used in a criminal trial.
All right, and then if I do submit, okay. All right, yeah, okay.
Any other questions there? Anything I need to reread again?
No.
Okay. So with that, will you now submit to the breath test? Okay. Did you have any confusion regarding the implied consent? Okay. So before we can do the breath test, we have to look in your mouth and make sure nothing's in your mouth. So if you could open your mouth. Do you have anything in your mouth? Okay. If you could just open your mouth for me. Tongue up. Tongue up. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So the big thing now is the reason you're still in handcuffs is you can't touch your mouth or wipe your mouth for 15 minutes. We have to keep your mouth free, okay? That way it gives the best possible sample. So that's why you're still in handcuffs. Once we get the breath test portion done, I will take you out of handcuffs. Do you have any questions about that? Okay. Have you been drinking alcoholic beverages?
Yes. Yesterday.
So how do I get
What have you been drinking?
I had 2 ciders.
off the card onto the account?
How much? Just you said 2. Sorry.
Not yet.
When did you start drinking?
Around
Okay.
10:45.
PM?
Yes.
Who have you been drinking with?
A coworker.
Where were you drinking?
At the location of my work, just the bar above Etsy.
Time of your last drink?
I'd say around
Got it. So I don't do
1
anything
o'clock,
here.
1:15.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
I know I keep asking, but AM?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you believe your ability to drive was affected by your alcohol and or drug usage?
I do not know.
Okay, so one of these is going to go in the machine, and the other one you're going to wrap your lips around. Same thing like we did with the PBT. Big deep breath in. This one wants a longer breath than we did out there, okay? So, big deep breath in, and we'll blow until it tells me to stop, okay? You can stand or sit, whichever you prefer.
Or you go out that way.
Big deep breath. And blow. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. A little harder. There we go. Keep blowing, keep blowing. We're about a quarter of the way there. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. Good. I know it's really long sometimes. Alright, we'll let that one do its thing. Deep breath in and blow. Doing good. Almost there. Good. Alright, if you want to stand up, we'll get you out of them handcuffs. There it'll do its calibration thing one more time, and then it's going to print out the results over here, and I will show them to you as they print out here. So it looks at your breath 2 different ways. It's called a IR and an EC. 2 different sets of results here. So your first sample was a 0.119 and your second sample was a 0.114. So you're still over that legal limit of 0.08, okay? So one of these copies is going to be for you. So the next process from here is I have to go upstairs. You will get booked into jail for DUI tonight, okay? So I've got to go upstairs and do some paperwork real quick. It'll take me it should be less than 2 hours, okay? Remember how I brought your wallet? This is your first offense for DUI, so you have the ability to bail out of jail. That's why I wanted to bring your wallet in case you had needed to, or your phone, so you can make phone calls to do so, okay? So for the time being, we'll move over to him. I'm going to go up and do some paperwork. He'll probably put you in a holding cell, and then when I get paperwork turned into him, he'll go through the booking process with you and explain all of that. Do you have any questions for me? Okay.